Hello and thanks for joining us. This is the signature 30 minutes. I am Oboman Marvelous. Now in the headlines. Nigerian Army played host to Officers' Wives Association. National Patron Association of Local Government of Nigeria says the association recorded more achievements than ever under his watch. Governor Fintiri visits Vice President Oshibanjo over Adamawa security. And now, the details. In Abuja, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, has charged the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOA, to upgrade the educational standards of their schools and teach children the right values needed to be better citizens in the society. The Army Chief gave the charge when he received the entourage of Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association NAOA led by the President, Fatima Atahiru, at the Army Headquarters Conference Room in Abuja on Tuesday. He also encouraged them to expand the scope of their projects so as to benefit more people, thereby promising to instigate international collaboration between NAOA, India and Nigeria. In her address, the President of Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, Fatima Tahiru, thanked the Chief of Staff for the audience accorded them, while congratulating him as the 21st Army Chief. She stated that the focus of her administration will be to improve the quality of lives of women and children in the barracks, with keen attention to their mental health. Mrs. Atahiru also sought the support of all officers to achieve her vision and mission for NAOA. After the official visit, there was symbolic exchange of gifts between the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOA.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, also encouraged them to expand the scope of their project so as to benefit more people. He promised to initiate international collaboration between NAOA Nigeria and that of India.
I want to urge you to expand your scope so that the beneficiaries of your programs can be competitive in today's technology-driven world. I'm equally impressed with the quality of education Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association schools provide for our children. I have noted with interest your significant achievements in this regard. I want to also implore you to please do more, because it is common knowledge that most of the things children know today are learned from schools. Therefore, I task you to improve and ensure all NAOA schools teach the right values to our children.
In her address, the President General of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOA, Mrs. Fatima Atahiru, thanked the Chief of Army Staff for the audience while congratulating him as the 21st Army Chief. She stated the focus of her tenure to be the improvement of lives of women and children in the barracks, with keen attention to their mental health.
My mission is to improve the quality of life of women and youth in the barracks through the provision of sustainable livelihood opportunities, cleaner and greener communities, and superior healthcare systems that cater for both physical and mental well-being.
Mrs. Atahiru also sought the support of all officers to achieve our vision and mission for NAOA. After the official visit, there was symbolic exchange of gifts between the Chief of Army Staff and the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOA. Damilola Abudu, Signature TV News, Abuja.
The National Patron Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, Kolade Alabi, says the association under his leadership has recorded a lot of success since assuming office in 2019. According to him, the association, through its National Executive Council, was able to provide welfare packages throughout the entire local governments and area councils in Nigeria to cushion the effects of COVID-19 pandemic. and also the new vision of positioning the association in a 5-year strategic framework for development from 2021 to 2025. Alabi, who made the announcement in Abuja at the Local Governments of Nigeria General Assembly meeting held on Wednesday with the theme Strategic Positioning of Local Governments for the Future, a New Era, said the successes also included the renewed partnership with United Cities and local governments of Africa and the European Union, equipping of primary health care centers, amongst others.
The national patron, Kolade Alabi, while recounting his achievements in office as the national patron of Argon, stated that the association, despite its huge success, has some challenges. According to him, the challenges were arbitrary suspension of democratic chairman and councillors duly elected, undue influence by federal and state actors, among others. He added that for the local government to deliver optimally, federal government should treat them as state actors.
Our greatest challenge so far has been that of arbitrary suspension or removal of democratic chairmen and councillors duly elected local government administration. Our appeal, therefore, is to have a democratically elected chairman and councillors and wish to encourage all to embrace this position. Our prayer at these General Assembly meetings are as follows. Complete autonomy for local government and area council, which is more desirable for effective administration and service delivery to the people. Review of the 1999 Constitution as relates to local government administration. We are also praying for a uniform tenure of 4 years term for local government administration throughout Nigeria. And also an end to unconstitutional deductions from the local government account without recourse to local government from the Federation account.
The Speaker of House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, who spoke at the general meeting, said that the local government council in Nigeria are responsible for providing services that ensure the quality of life for Nigerians. Gbajabiamila decried that the reason why local government council is not functioning properly is because they have been hampered structurally and made difficult, describing that the way out is to make the local government the center of national conversation. He advised them to develop a strategy that will enable stakeholders across government and civil society to collaborate more effectively to achieve necessary reforms of local government council in Nigeria.
The reason why the local government administration is not functioning is not because the local government councils or chairmen or councillors don't want to work. No, but because they have been hampered structurally. The local government administrations in Nigeria are the closest to the people. They should be responsible for making decisions and providing services that ensure the quality of life for the Nigerian people. Until we fix local government administration in Nigeria, we will not be able to fully deliver on the promise of democratic governance in a way that allows us to achieve our country's full potential. I believe that now, more than at any other time in our history, there is a public and political consensus in favor of constitutional reforms to address the fundamental and structural problems from whence flow many of our other national challenges. We are ready to work with the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGA, and with all the stakeholders to fix local government administration in Nigeria once and for all time.
The statement of Femi Gbajabiamila shows that the House of Representatives is ready to work with the association to fix local government council in Nigeria, and also the National Assembly could be considering making laws that will further strengthen and change the narrative in local government council. For Signature TV, Abuja.
The Adamawa State Governor Amadu Fintiri met with Vice President Yemi Osinbajo over security and other issues of interest to the state at the presidential villa on Thursday. The governor commended the federal government for prompt assistance to the state whenever the need arose, noting particularly the fight against insurgency and support with amenities. He urged the government to do more in stemming insurgency and other security challenges facing the nation. Governor Fintiri assured the vice president of his commitment to change narratives of bad governance and underdevelopment. Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo in his remarks praised Governor Fintiri for supporting the armed forces and other federal government agencies towards achieving their mandate. He commended especially the urban renewal drive of the governor and his resolve to ensure the growth and development of the state, with emphasis placed on the role played by Governor Fintiri in ending the farmers-herders conflicts in Adamawa State. In Akwa Ibom State, the Akwa Ibom State High Court sitting in Ikot Ekpene has found Professor Peter Ogban guilty of the case of electoral fraud leveled against him by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. INEC had taken Ogban to court on a 2-count charge of fraudulently tampering with the election results in favor of the All Progressives Congress, APC party, during the 2019 general election in Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District. Ogban, who acted as the coalition returning officer during the National Assembly elections, was standing trial for allegedly manipulating and falsifying the scores of election results in Oruk Anam and Etim Epo local government areas in favor of the All Progressives Congress Party. Godswill Akpabio, the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, was the APC candidate in the election. He was seeking a return to the Senate after he defected from the People's Democratic Party. The PDP's candidate Chris Ekpenyong, a former deputy governor in Akwa Ibom State, defeated Mr. Akpabio in the election, which was gripped by pockets of violence. In his ruling, the presiding judge, Justice Augustine Odokwo, sentenced the accused to 36 months of correctional service and told to pay a fine of 100,000 naira for count 2 and 1, respectively, after the accused had pleaded for leniency. In Katsina State, a 43-year-old Islamic teacher, Muhammad Alba, and 34 other suspects were paraded by the Katsina State Police Command on Thursday for looting items worth thousands of naira during the recent fire outbreak at the Katsina Central Market on Monday. The spokesman of the Katsina Police Command, Gambo Issa, told newsmen at a briefing that the wife of the Islamic teacher had reported to the police that her husband participated in looting the items and hid them under their bed. Parading the suspects before newsmen at the police headquarters, Katsina, the image maker said the teacher was immediately arrested by his men. He said Muhammad Alba is an Islamic teacher at an Islamiyah school, but went looting items during the fire incident at the Central Market. His wife reported him to the police that her husband was keeping some looted items under the bed in the house. SP Gambo further warned residents hiding looted items to return to the police or face the full wrath of the law. In Imo State, the acting chief judge of Imo State, Justice Ijoma Ogugwo, has relocated the Etiti High Court in Ihito Boma Council area to Owerri High Court premises, citing the spate of insecurity in the area. The chief judge, who gave the order in a memo signed on her behalf by the chief registrar C.N. Okereke, a copy of which was made available to newsmen in Owerri, said that the lives of lawyers and litigants were no longer safe. It was gathered that the decision followed the burning of the Ihito Boma police stations by some angry youths protesting the killing of 2 siblings by a police officer. You are watching Signature 30 Minutes. We will be going for a short break. The news continues after the break.
This is SignatureTV.org. Breaking the news. Following the news. Analyzing the news. 247 round the clock. All on the go. SignatureTV.org. News in your pocket.
Welcome back. The news continues. In Abuja, the House of Representatives has observed that the Federal Capital Territory Administration and other agencies responsible for infrastructural development in the Federal Capital Territory are failing in their responsibility as the city is littered with deteriorating public infrastructure. This was contained in a motion moved on the floor of the House by Representative Yusuf Tajundun, who stated that dilapidated public infrastructure in the city was a major setback to its development and attraction of investment. The motion noted that infrastructure decay had taken over the FCT as it was littered with bad roads, unchanneled drainage systems, uncleared debris, damaged and blocked manholes, ineffective street lights and non-functional traffic lights. The House therefore mandated its Committee on FCT to carry out a comprehensive investigation on the deteriorating states of public infrastructure in Abuja City and report back within 2 weeks for further legislative action. In Sokoto State, the Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal has called for the amendment of the Nigerian Constitution to create clearly defined rules for traditional rulers in the country, especially on community policing and security. Governor Tambuwal made the call while inaugurating Delta State Traditional Rulers Council Secretariat in Asaba on Wednesday. He said in view of the role traditional rulers play in the administration of communities, it becomes expedient that a constitutional amendment is made to create a role for them. The governor stated that Northern Governors Forum had already resolved to push for the amendment of the constitution in that regard and urged their southern counterparts to support the move. He described Governor of Delta State Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa as an amiable, reliable, and performing governor and commended him for his contributions to the growth of the state and prayed God to preserve and keep him for greater service to the nation. Okowa in his remarks appreciated the traditional rulers for their regular advice and usual support to his administration and pledged the continued support of the state government to the traditional institution. In business, the revenue allocation disbursed the sum of 619.34 billion naira to the 3 tiers of government in December 2020 from the revenue generated in January 2021. The amount disbursed comprised of 437.26 billion naira from the statutory account, 3.83 billion naira as exchange gain, difference 6.90 billion naira from distribution of forest equitization, and 171.36 billion naira from value-added tax. Federal government received a total of 218.30 billion naira from the 619.34 billion naira. States received a total of 178.30 billion naira and local governments received 131.79 billion naira. The sum of 31.83 billion naira was shared among the oil-producing states as 13% derivation fund. Revenue-generating agencies such as Nigerian Customs Service, Federal Inland Revenue Service, and Department of Petroleum Resources received 6.99 billion naira, 10.43 billion naira, and 6.36 billion naira respectively as cost of revenue collections. And now for the stock market report. Market capitalization on Thursday gained 180.49 billion naira as the bulls regained dominance in the markets. The equity capitalization climbed to 20.55 trillion naira, a 180.49 billion gain from 20.44 trillion naira traded on Wednesday. There were 23 gainers against 12 losers. The gain was anchored on a 2 naira rise in the share price of MTN Nigeria, trading 1.6 billion naira shares. Others include Guaranty Trust Bank, Stanbic Bank, with a 4 naira 45 kobo rise in share prices. The all-share index also closed blue, moving from 39,085.78 points to 39,293.14, a 0.58% rise. 229.4 million shares exchanged hand on the floor, which was valued at 3.78 billion naira. The equity of Zenith Bank was the most traded, recording 382 deals. Stanbic IBT's and Guaranty Trust Bank also recorded over 300 deals. Wapik Insurance was the top gainer among 23 gainers. Other top gainers include UPDC Real Estate Investment Trust Fund, Pharmadeco PLC, and Nimet Pharmaceutical PLC. On the loser side, Sovereign Insurance PLC led the chart with MPF Microfinance Bank and Prestige Assurance PLC following. In sport, the Nigerian Football Federation has confirmed the 8,000 fans will be allowed into the Teslim Balogun Stadium when the Super Eagles tackle the Crocodiles of Lesotho in the match day 6 of the African Cup of Nations qualifiers on Tuesday, March 30th. The NFF General Secretary Dr. Mohamed Sanusi told journalists on Wednesday that the Confederation of African Football has approved just 30% of fans for the 2021 AFCON qualifier. He went on to admit that as much as the approval from CAF is a welcome development, it is not going to be without a price, as he says staging the match in line with the existing COVID-19 protocols will be a huge task. Coronavirus restrictions will be minimal for Euro 2020 matches this summer at St. Petersburg Stadium, which will be filled to 50% capacity, Russia's tournament organizing committee said on Thursday. The St. Petersburg Stadium has a capacity of 61,000 seats. That delayed European Championship is set to take place across the continent between June 11th and July 11th. UEFA this month suggested it wanted spectators to attend matches and that any of the 12 host cities that ban fans could be dropped from the tournament. According to the Russian committee's director, Alexei Sorokin, was cited by the state-run RIA Novosti News, said they are working to welcome foreign supporters and this has not been rejected by the authorities. He added, saying he was sure matches could be played with a minimum of possible restrictions. Host cities have until April 7 to let UEFA know what their scenarios are in terms of attendance ahead of an executive committee meeting on April 19th on the eve of the Federation's annual Congress in Montreux. Before we end the news, a recap of our major stories. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Ibrahim Tahiru charged Nigerian Army Officers' Wife Association to upgrade the educational standards of their schools. National Patron Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, Kolade Alabi, announced that the association under his leadership has recorded a lot of successes. Adamawa State Governor visits Vice President Osibanjo over insecurity in the state. Please do well to stay safe, maintain physical and social distance, and wear your nose masks while going about your daily activities. On behalf of my producer, Nasiri Usman, I am Marvelous Oboman. Thanks for watching.